Swim! Swim out here!
Echoes call from hollow halls, a voice that creeps and softly crawls. Time stands still, the air is...
On December 21st, 2024, Sailing Supernova uploads a harrowing video of a rare pirate attack they survived just a week earlier. Their journey starts as a routine passage from Las Rocas, Venezuela, to Grenada. With visas expiring, they have no choice but to leave despite rough conditions.
We're running our port engine off of a different fuel tank. We have like a day tank installed, and it basically holds 3 of these jerry cans, a hair less. So that's why we have so many of these jerry cans in the cockpit. But because we're going to be doing some sailing soon, we're going to be cleaning up the cockpit. So these jerry cans have to go forward. We have a couple more jerry cans forward, but we probably won't be needing those. And we still have some full ones left in the cockpit. So we just didn't want to be bringing full jerry cans back from the fuel locker in like crazy waves and everything. That's why we started with this in the cockpit. And it looks ridiculous, but we just didn't want to be going forward with heavy jerry cans. Now I get to go forward with really light jerry cans. That's most of them. We're gonna stick a couple of them down below in here, and we'll reorganize when we're not out here rolling around. Oh, there's birds. Maybe there's some fish.
I just noticed on the chart plotter that we've gone over 8,000 nautical miles, and that's since around the end of July last year when we left on this big trip. So that's a pretty big achievement for us.
They prepare carefully, securing the boat, topping off fuel tanks, and readying themselves for a difficult sail into headwinds and high waves. The first day at sea is exhausting.
Good morning, everybody. It's day 1 of our hopefully 3-day sail from Venezuela, Las Rocas, to Grenada. And we are going directly into the wind and the waves. Right now, the wind is 23 knots and literally 0 degrees. So, a bit rough. I slept okay, thankfully. Darcy's gone to sleep now. I think he had a bit of a rough night. A few things not going quite perfectly. Our day tank that we're using over on the port side until we can get to fuel line that we weren't able to get in the ABC Islands to fix that problem. We were worried about a little bit of air getting in because it's so rough. So we're just topping it up with jerry cans every couple of hours. But still much better than what we were doing beforehand, which was just using the jerry cans straight into that engine. The bilge pump on the starboard side is just working continually, even though once it empties out the water on that side that's getting in a little bit, it should turn off on its own. So we've got to kind of continually go in and flick that off so it doesn't just run for the next 3 days straight. But yeah, just little things like that, nothing major. It looks like it's going to be a nice day. The sun's just gotten up and hopefully that wind sits down a little bit like it's supposed to, but you can never really trust those weather forecasts completely.
They face choppy waters, a conked-out engine, and a bilge pump failure that leaves one of the hulls filling with water. They manage repairs, run checks every 15 minutes, and adjust to the rhythm of offshore sailing. Despite the chaos, there are moments of calm.
We were just getting ready to start sailing and we were doing a walk around the boat and found this bolt. Not sure where it's from. We've looked everywhere. It was just sitting on the cabin top on one of the solar panels as though it's fallen down, but we can't tell. We've looked everywhere, so hopefully it's not something important. But we're going to have to keep a lookout for that. And also the wind has died down nicely. It was getting up between like 25 and around that pretty much most of the way, and slowly dropping down. Now it's all the way down to 10. So we'll probably have to either sail slowly or wait till a bit more wind comes before we can start like really sailing well. But I'm gonna make the most of that and do some fishing, because I definitely didn't feel like fishing earlier when we were like just blasting. Started feeling a bit seasick, but now I'm good to catch a fish. So fingers crossed I get something.
As conditions improve, they decide to tack closer to the Venezuelan mainland, choosing a shorter route near Isla Margarita and Los Testigos.
I'm on shift now. It's a bit after 2 a.m. and Darcy's just gone down to the room to sleep. He has slept up in the saloon a little bit this passage because it's been so noisy and rolly and rocky and everything, but it's so much calmer right now, so he's gone down to the room. I think it's calmer because different point of sail, wind is nowhere near as much, and so the waves aren't nearly as much, and then also we're sailing, so it's also just better in every aspect. But yeah, the wind for the first day was like 25 most of the time, and now it is only 14, so much different, much nicer for upwind sailing anyway. And in the waves we ended up reefing the jib before he went to bed. The wind was still up around 20, or had gotten up to around 20, and was kind of hovering between 17 and 18, 19, 20. And we have the waves on the beam now because we've changed that point of angle, point of sail. And so we were kind of rocking to the side a bit, and we were both kind of like, I think we worry a fair bit about capsizing. It's one of the many or few, I don't know, downsides of a catamaran. So yeah, we reefed just to be extra safe because it's at night time and just me up here. So now we have a reefed mainsail and a reefed head sail, but we're still kind of flying along about 4 knots. So it's pretty good when the wind is only like 14, 13. We thought we turned at the right angle so that we could miss the islands. We definitely missed the first set of islands that we went past and we could see, but there's further islands further down called Islas Tortugas? Oh no, Testigos. Islas Testigos.
That region is known for piracy, but at the time, it seemed like a safer option to escape pounding waves. Night falls. Winds rise again to over 30 knots. The crew scrambles to reef the sails, but things get messy. A mainsail baton comes loose. Sheets tangle, and in the stress of managing the sails, they don't realize danger is approaching.
So I've just made my second cup of tea for the night, and I thought I'd show you how much we've cleared up in here. It's amazing. Even though this has been the roughest passage we've ever had, nothing has fallen to the ground, so you'd probably be super proud of us. I'll show you. As you can see there, the spices. Oh. Darcy! Darcy! Darcy, wake up! There's a boat! Get up!
Engine!
Turn up! Turn.
Turn the lights off! Lights off! The nav lights! We gotta tack! We have to tack!
A small boat, a panga, closes in fast. It's the kind often used by pirates in this part of the world. The crew reacts immediately. Engines roar to life. They kill the lights and set their AIS transponder to silent mode, disappearing from electronic tracking. Then, the boarding happens. One of the pirates jumps onto their boat. Darcy, emerging from the forward hatch, catches the intruder off guard. In the scuffle, the pirate drops his gun overboard. The attackers realize they've lost the element of surprise. Within seconds, they flee. The entire encounter lasts less than 30 seconds, but the adrenaline will last much longer. In the aftermath, the crew admitted that they shouldn't have sailed so close to the Venezuelan coast. They shouldn't have had so much sail up when the attack happened, but they did many things correctly. They had a clear plan for nighttime emergencies. They avoided using their VHF radio, knowing that attackers or accomplices on a mothership could be listening. Instead, they contacted a friend via satellite who alerted the Grenadian Coast Guard.
Next, we're going to go over the few injuries that we did suffer. Yvette had a bruised arm when she got hit. And then when she was running back to the cockpit, she slipped and fell and has hurt her back. We were hoping that it was going to get better a little faster, but it's kind of a bit nagging and it's taking a bit longer to improve to the level that we would like it, but still doing okay. I pretty much got out of it without being hurt. I had a bloody nose, and that was pretty much it. And this wasn't like a long, drawn out, like punch for punch fight. This was over very quickly. Like 30 seconds or less, it was over. So the worst of the injuries are Yvette's back. The bruising on the arm is largely gone. She had trouble using her arm for a couple of days after, but the back is the main thing from the slip and the fall. Another question is when or if this was reported to the Coast Guard. Yes, it was reported immediately within 5 minutes of the attack taking place. It was reported to the Coast Guard through our friend Brian. And then we also contacted the Coast Guard. We've had interviews with the Coast Guard as well as we've reported it to our individual country consulates. So it's been reported to everyone. It's on the Caribbean safety net for cruisers as well, the location of the attack. So that has all been done. If anyone's wondering, the Coast Guard did come to us and we did interviews on the Coast Guard boat to give them all the information that we possibly could, and they did check out Supernova as well.
There were injuries, but nothing life-threatening. Yvette hurt her back during a fall. Darcy walked away with a bloody nose, but otherwise unharmed. Did they report this incident? Yes, immediately. The Grenadian Coast Guard responded, interviewed them, and the incident is now logged in the Caribbean safety net for cruisers. They clarify that this did not happen near Las Roques, where they spent 2 peaceful weeks with friendly locals and other cruisers. The attack took place 200 nautical miles away in a higher risk zone. They remain thankful to still be here, sharing their story. What did you make of this encounter? Let me know. Before we go any further, I just want to ask you for a small favor. If you're enjoying the video so far, please give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. We recently hit 100,000 subscribers. And that's all thanks to you. Our 100K special surprise was revealed, and we had many positive responses from you. Our next goal is to hit 200K before the year ends. It feels impossible, but hey, it's free to dream, right? Also, there's a hidden word somewhere in this video for you. Let's see if you can find it. Now, back to the video. A man sets up camp deep in the Canadian Rockies, in a remote area called Spirit Camp, a place once used by local indigenous people as a ceremonial burial ground. In recent years, the site has been avoided, even by the elders. Stories have circulated, graves mysteriously disturbed, strange voices echoing through the trees, and unexplained sightings that made seasoned visitors uneasy. Determined to find out the truth, the man spends 4 days and nights completely alone at Spirit Camp. But unlike a typical YouTuber, he films without narration or commentary. It's just his camera running silently, capturing whatever might happen. At first, everything is calm. Wildlife wanders through the camp, the days pass peacefully, and nothing seems out of the ordinary. But then, on the second night, as darkness settles over the forest, something happens. A deep roar breaks the silence. It's loud, too loud for any known animal in the region. The sound is strangely close to a lion's roar, but there are no lions in the Canadian Rockies. Immediately after, there's a distinct knocking sound like something heavy striking the trees. This kind of sound is commonly associated with alleged Bigfoot encounters, which involve wood knocks, vocalizations, and eerie howls in the night. Was it an animal? Possibly. Some suggest it could have been an elk or a bear, but neither of those fits perfectly with what was recorded. Others are convinced it was something else, something elusive that people have reported for centuries but never conclusively proven. Whatever the truth is, one thing is clear. If you were there and heard that sound yourself, you probably wouldn't stick around to investigate. This video was uploaded on June 25, 2025 by Jay Fishing. It's a warm day at the creek, and the group is ready for another fishing adventure. Jay Fishing is joined by Max, Ryan, and Jake. Spirits are high as they wade into the familiar waters, rods in hand, eager for what the day will bring.
At the creek, gonna be doing some fishing with Max, Ryan, Jake. All right, let's get to it. Ooh, see him up in the trees, see him up in the trees. Cast. Got one, got one. Tiny, 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 beautiful guy. Right from that tree right there. Let's get a little release. Little one's falling it. Oh, got one. I just dropped him. Had him. Film bites. Got one. Beautiful guy. Get a little release. Tiny little guy. Little release.
The first few casts are promising. One of them spots fish moving up in the trees, likely near the overhanging branches along the creek bank.
Beautiful colors. Holy cow. Get a little release. Oh, got one. Come here, little boy. Yoinking him out. Beautiful colors on them. Decent little belly. Good little release.
Gotta show the release.
Yeah, you go. Hey, you get left, I get right. What? Yeah. Okay.
Oh my.
Oh, got one.
Double up. Who's got the bigger one?
Yours is definitely bigger.
Mine's a
Mine's a
monster.
bluegill. Yours is a nice sunfish. Holy
That
cow.
is a monster.
That is a
dude.
juicy one.
I felt some pull on this boy.
Beautiful colors.
you
Love
got
the
that-
dark green on this guy. Good release.
This is me mogging Jim right here.
Yeah. Ryan with the tank. I mean,
Just like me.
that is a stud. Big old dude. Choked it too.
Little boy. Cute little boy. Little smooch for the camera. Good release.
A cast goes out, and almost immediately, there's a bite. Soon after, there's another bite. This time, the fish slips off the hook at the last second, but the bites keep coming. Throughout the morning, the group continues pulling in little sunfish and bluegill. They fish along the rocks, under trees, and near sunken logs, finding pockets of activity all over the creek. While they're focused on fishing, the day takes a sudden turn.
Yeah. Oh my god.
For sure on the path.
Holy cow. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's a dude right there. Let's go. Let's go. He ran, jumped down, ran across and got up on the other side. Yeah. Let's just walk a little. More rocks right here.
Yo. Are you looking for some guys? Yeah, we are.
He just ran this way.
We saw him on that water.
Yeah, I have video of it. He went down there, ran across the water, and went back up, and he's probably somewhere up in this area.
He went that way.
Yeah, he went that way.
Out of the corner of their eye, they catch movement along the path by the creek. A man darts across, jumping down into the water and quickly climbing back up the other side. They don't know who he is or why he's running, but it's enough to rattle them. They pause the fishing for a moment, watching as the figure disappears into the trees. Moments later, a person comes by asking if they've seen someone. They explain that they did, and that they caught it all on video. Apparently, law enforcement is already in the area searching for the individual. The creek, usually their peaceful fishing spot, suddenly feels different. They hear sirens in the distance, something they rarely notice when they fish here, even though they're so close to the city. Trying to shake it off, they get back to casting. Jake lands another little bass, and they marvel at its dark green colors. Even amid the strange events, the fishing remains good. The bites keep coming, though sometimes it's just sticks and debris snagging the lines. One of them even hooks into what they call the PB stick of the day, laughing at how the rod bent as if it were a monster fish. Despite the interruptions and the unexpected encounter, they keep fishing. The bugs are relentless, buzzing around their faces, but they push through. They joke about the creek being their goat spot, the best place for consistent bites. As the day winds down, there's still a mix of small fish and decent-sized catches coming in. For Jay Fishing, the goal was to catch at least one bass. And with that checked off the list, the trip feels like a success. In the end, they pack it up, sharing laughs about the day's events, from the catches to the odd encounter by the creek. They know this will be one fishing trip they won't soon forget. What would you have done if you had seen something like this? Would you have freaked out and left the creek? Or would you still continue fishing? Like always, let me know your thoughts. The YouTube channel Whitey's Fishing is well known for sharing wild fishing adventures, but this particular video was far more intense than the average day at the rocks. What started as a casual fishing trip quickly turned into a life-threatening situation for three teenage friends, Whitey, Jacob, and Sam. At just 17 years old, with Ray being only 15, the boys set out to the rocks for what they thought would be a typical day of casting lines and chasing fish. Instead, they found themselves in the middle of a harrowing near-death experience that none of them will ever forget. The day began like any other fishing trip. The weather wasn't ideal, but they decided to go anyway, hoping to land a few fish off the rocks. The first cast was barely in the water before Ray got snagged on the rocks below. In an effort to retrieve his lure, Ray made the risky decision to get closer to the edge. That's when everything started to go wrong.
Oi, I don't reckon you're getting it. Oi, I'm putting on a what's it called? Oi, 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 don't, fuck! He's in the water, bro! Oi, Reed! Dude, just try to swim towards us, bro. Oi, oi. Chuck us a pole. Oi, oi, you just be on wave watch. Oi, oi, hold that. Go, just climb yourself up. Oh! Oi, oi. Dude. Oi, big one. You're gonna have to come up, dude. Try come up. Hold that. Oh, dude, you're gonna have to cut yourself. It's all good, don't worry about the rod. It's just... Here, hold this. Go, climb. All right, try get a foot grip. Just try get a foot grip.
A sudden wave swept him off his feet and into the treacherous water. The raw footage from the incident is chaotic and emotional. You can hear the panic in the boys' voices as they try to coordinate a way to save their friend. They yell for Ray to swim toward them, trying to guide him back to safety while keeping a nervous eye on the crashing waves. Their attempts are frantic, but measured. They know they can't jump in after him, because if they do, all of them might be lost. With every passing moment, the situation escalates. The waves continue to batter Ray against the rocks, pushing him out, pulling him back in, and exhausting his strength. The fear in the boys' voices grows as they realize how serious this is becoming. They are desperately trying to keep Ray from panicking. But panic is hard to avoid when you're in freezing, turbulent water, being tossed around by the ocean with no clear way out. At one point, they try to use a fishing rod to help pull Ray back in. Then they consider rope, anything they can get their hands on to create a lifeline, but the ocean doesn't give up its grip easily. Wave after wave slams into the rocks, making it nearly impossible for Ray to find footing or grab onto anything stable.
Reed, come this way, swim out here. Just swim out here, man. Sam, get ready. Just swim up. I reckon just try climb the rocks. Here, you up. Go. Just start climbing, or you gotta swim this way. Or you just stay calm. Just stay calm, that's all you can do. Dude, fuck. Oi. Dude! No! Fuck, man. Oh, big wave. Go, grandma! Oh, no! Fuck! Oi! Just stay as calm as you can, man. Yeah, I know, it slips. Oi! I think this isn't a good idea. You just gotta try and grab the rocks. We have to get on. No. Oi! Fuck, man, Gotta come this way. Oi, here. Get ready. Swim right. Swim this way. Yeah. Oi, another big one. This is fucked. Fuck, man.
Time drags on as the boys try to guide Ray to a safer spot. They instruct him to swim right, then left, to grab onto rocks, to find a foothold, anything to keep him from going under. But Ray is exhausted, completely spent from fighting the relentless current. For a terrifying stretch of time, it seems like this story could have ended in tragedy. The boys are helplessly watching their friend get dragged farther from safety, knowing that one wrong move could mean disaster for all of them. They're fully aware of how dangerous the situation is, not just for Ray, but for anyone who might try to jump in and help. Eventually, through a combination of luck, timing, and sheer will, Ray manages to get close enough to grab onto the rocks. The boys pull him up, urging him to get his footing and climb. Their relief is overwhelming when he finally makes it out of the water. Breathless and shaken, they huddle together, realizing how close they all came to witnessing something unthinkable. After the incident, the footage captures their raw emotions. The shock, the fear, and the immense gratitude that their friend survived. They all agree that if they had made a single wrong decision, it could have ended much worse. This video is a reminder that no fish or trip is worth your life. On January 10, 2016, a peaceful fishing trip in Fufuki City, Japan, nearly turned fatal for a man who headed into the forests along the Kanagawa River, hoping for a quiet day by the stream. At first, it's serene, until he notices strange markings on nearby trees. He assumes they're from wild boars, common in the region, but he's wrong. Without warning, a massive bear charges out of the woods. The man does everything he can, shouting, making himself look bigger, trying to intimidate the predator. As he scrambles backward along the rocks, he slips and falls. For a brief moment, the bear retreats. The man thinks it's over. But it isn't. The bear charges again, faster, more aggressive. This time, the man screams with everything he has. Pure fear, desperation, primal survival. And somehow, it works. The bear finally turns and disappears back into the trees. Left shaking and breathless, the man realizes how close he came to death. One wrong move, 1 second slower, and he wouldn't have made it home. So what do you think? Like always, I'll let you draw your own conclusions to this encounter as well. Franco is a YouTuber known for his chilling late-night explorations of haunted and abandoned places. In this video, uploaded by his channel Franco TV on July 14, 2025, he takes his viewers on another tense and terrifying adventure deep inside a massive cemetery during the middle of the night. Franco begins the video with an ominous warning.
Back into another creepy, huge cemetery. But the problem is that I had to sneak in here illegally. So I have to be very careful because if I get in trouble, I get arrested, beat up, kicked out, and there goes the rest of the video. So I have a lot at stake being towards the front. My objective is to get away from those lights back there, and move kind of further towards the back, where I just finished hearing what sounded like a Llorona. But I just made sure the coast is clear. I already kind of scavenged this place a little bit, kind of, and there sounds to be noises coming from the far back. But that being said, wish me luck, and let's get into the video.
He has illegally snuck into this cemetery. He explains the risks involved. Getting caught could mean arrest, getting roughed up, or at the very least, getting thrown out and ending the video prematurely. Still, the risk is part of the experience, and Franco's goal is to move away from the lights near the entrance and head deeper into the darkness. Earlier, he says, he heard what sounded like La Llorona, the legendary spirit said to cry for her lost children. As he ventures further, Franco notes that storm clouds are forming. The clouds are hanging low, signaling heavy rain on the way.
So right now I have to get cover under this because it's starting to rain. I knew it. As soon as I saw the cloud coverage getting lower and lower, the thing is that I have until a certain time, which is like 3 or 4 in the morning, before it's like a massive rainfall. But apparently the energy levels are a lot higher for paranormal activity when there's water around, hence the rain. But it doesn't work well with electronics.
He puts on his poncho and presses on, knowing full well that rain is said to amplify paranormal activity, but it's also terrible for electronics. His camera, batteries, and other gear could fail if they get too wet. Despite this, he continues toward the back of the cemetery. Along the way, Franco pauses by a massive statue commemorating victims of an earthquake in Chile, under which thousands of unidentified bodies are buried. The rain begins to pour heavily now, but Franco pushes forward. Suddenly, he hears something behind him, a loud, strange noise that makes him turn off his infrared camera to see better using only the ambient light. He whispers into the darkness, asking if anyone wants to talk to him. He hears what he describes as a moan or a weeping sound, similar to what he experienced during a recent live stream. He wonders if whatever made the sound before has followed him. As Franco explores a row of large mausoleums, he hears crashing and fumbling noises from inside.
These are the mausoleums I was telling you guys about. Oh. I just heard something back here. That was behind me. Literally behind me. There's a wall there. Hold on, I'm going to switch to my regular camera. Hold right there. What the is that down there? I don't see anything. But the the night vision is, it disappears with the IR, okay. What the hell is that? There's something black. Oh, this camera's getting wet. I hope it doesn't mess up. All right, I'm gonna see if I can make my way a little bit closer to it. There is something out there in the distance. This is how dark it is where I'm at right now. That's where I came from, was this area. See if it looks like it's moving.
He tries to reassure himself that it might be the wind, but then he hears footsteps or something moving behind him. Switching to his regular camera, he catches sight of a black figure in the distance. The IR mode blacks out the background, making it difficult to get a clear view, but Franco is certain he saw something. Moving cautiously, Franco watches for signs of security guards, who typically carry flashlights. However, this figure had no light, raising the possibility that it wasn't security at all. He keeps his guard up, knowing there's a chance he's being followed by something or someone unknown. He ventures toward where he saw the black figure move. His night vision captures movement upstairs in the mausoleum, but again, nothing is clear. The tension rises when Franco witnesses what he describes as a black head peeking from behind a door, staring directly at him before vanishing.
I can't go that way because further up there's a camera, and that'll get me in trouble. Is that? What the? Hola? Shit, the noises are creeping me out. Hola? There's somebody inside the room. Hola? Something literally just stuck out through here. I literally just heard a weird noise on the outside. Hola? What? Somebody just shut the door.
If you're still watching, comment the hidden word awesome.
I had literally seen what looked like a black head stick outside the room just staring at me. Then it just kind of swooped inside, and then it was gone.
He caught it on his night vision camera, and it was clear enough for him to believe. At first, it was a person taking shelter there, but as he continues, he realizes the situation is much stranger. Despite the fear, Franco presses on, keeping his knife close, ready to defend himself if necessary. The rain intensifies, making everything worse. His camera starts acting up, and the audio becomes difficult to manage because of the heavy downpour. One of his devices begins to go off wildly, even though there's no electricity in the room where he's sheltering. He questions whether the rain is connected to the increased activity. Trapped by the storm, Franco waits inside for about 30 minutes, then an hour, as the cemetery floods. His gear is getting soaked, but there's no safe way out yet. He tries to keep his spirits up, joking about being trapped there for eternity, but the stress of the situation is clear. Eventually, Franco decides he can't wait any longer. He gears up and heads back into the rain. The ground is flooding, and he comments that if it keeps up, coffins might start floating out of the ground. He thanks his viewers for joining him on this intense and unsettling adventure. As he prepares to leave, he hears more sounds, banging, laughter, and the ominous sense of being watched. The video ends with Franco cautiously making his way back to his car, soaked, spooked, but grateful to have captured yet another terrifying night on film. With this final encounter comes the end of another episode. If you haven't already, let me remind you again to like and subscribe. Also leave a comment about what you liked and didn't like about this video. We got a lot of content planned for you, so you better have subscribed, cause trust me, you don't want to miss out. In about 3 seconds, there will be more disturbing videos on screen for you to watch, and with that, I'm out.